Okay, looks like everything is good to go, at least as far as I can see. Hi everybody, I'm SableDragonRook, you can call me Sable, and this is the Pathless. Obviously we are supporting some real-life animals here, and we are also going to be helping out some in-game animals. Excuse me. So let me just give you a quick countdown. Timing is going to start once I choose to delete these autosaves, so the countdown will start. Well, the countdown's starting now. The timer will start in 3, 2, 1, go. The game actually does a fairly decent job of explaining what's happening right here at the beginning, so I'm just gonna kind of shut up and let you read. Alright, so we are this hunter, this pilgrim, if you will, who is traveling to this land. You can see there's a floating island in the sky already. Things are a little bit spooky. The premise of the story is that, you know, there are gods that live in this land and something isn't right. And so we're coming over to check out what's happening, maybe see if we can figure out what's wrong, and fix it, if we can. So we are this pilgrim in the boat. We're all alone. Nobody else is here. We're never going to encounter a single other human for the entire duration of this run. And this will be all bosses. So this is a longer category than any percent. Any percent is actually going to take you to the right immediately up this mountain. And by doing that, you skip the majority of the content in the game and you just go straight to the end, basically. We are not going to be doing that. Instead, we are going to be, I don't necessarily want to say fighting, but assisting our animal friends throughout the run. Those will be the bosses. But even though we call them bosses, they're our buddies. You'll see what I mean. And so as part of this run, we cannot skip any of those fights. And we're going to actually see our first animal friend right now. So this eagle here, she's not looking too good. You'll see kind of thematically throughout the game that red is bad and blue is good. So she's red right now. That means she's kind of corrupted. She's succumbed to this curse that is affecting this land. He's given me a sigil right now. These are going to be really important. Those are essentially how we progress. And so here on this tutorial island, basically what we're doing is we're gathering sigils, and we're taking those sigils to the towers that she indicated, which are radiating kind of dark energy. And we're going to use the sigils to turn off the towers. Once those towers are off and pure again, she won't be sick anymore. This little device that we're picking up for the sake of like a first-time player is pretty cool. It lets you see through walls. For us, basically pointless. We're really never going to use it because you can't run while you're using it. We are, however, able to pass through walls if we put it on. And that's essentially what it's for. So you'll also see that I have a bow, right? And I'm shooting these talismans. This is our primary form of movement. Whenever I shoot one of these, it gives me a little speed boost, and it fills my stamina bar at the bottom. For as long as I have stamina, I can sprint. So we're going to be shooting these as much as possible, trying not to miss, so that we get continuous stamina boosts and keep the stamina bar at the bottom full. I'm gonna open that up so I can shoot it and grab the sigil inside. That sigil is gonna be used to turn off the tower over here. And you basically know almost everything that you need to know for the rest of the run. We get sigils, we turn off towers, and by turning them off, I mean doing this. We put the sigil back in the tower, it restores the tower to the way it's supposed to be, purifies it, if you will, and it stops radiating this cursed energy. And once we fix all the towers in a region, the unfortunate animal that has been cursed by them will be fixed. This island is quite simple because it's meant to be the tutorial area. We'll definitely get a lot more nuance as we go. I hit a tree. You may also notice as we go through this run, this game actually has a lot of Mongolian influence. A lot of the native people of the Altai mountain region have music that's like this, and they do archery like this. This is definitely a very Mongolian inspired game, and the influences are subtle but really nice. So you will hear some Mongolian throat singing and such throughout. Quite lovely. Alright, one more tower. Every area with an animal, and when I say animal, I mean a god. They're all gods. Every area with a god that's corrupted will have 3 towers. How easy it is to fix them, to change them back from evil energy, kind of depends on which god we're talking about. This one is very easy. Later on it will become a bit more challenging. But once we get this 3rd tower, they're all going to kind of resonate, and they're going to begin to purify that eagle god that we saw at the beginning. So inside of her, she has this red orb, right? That's the game's representation of this corrupted heart that she has. We, as the pilgrim, also have a role, you know, in making her feel better besides just fixing these towers. We fix the towers to kind of exert power over her to begin to lift the curse, but we ourselves also need to perform a ritual on her to fully make her feel better. So we're gonna go and do that real quick. And now we've removed that curse from her and she feels better. We've already saved one animal. Speaking of which, of course, we know that this marathon is supporting real life animals. I do believe we have a GoFundMe that can be donated to. Don't forget to keep the real life animals in mind as well. So she flew off. We're gonna go meet her up in here. You saw she had a big hole in her chest. That hole is common to all of the gods. The gods are called tall ones. And you can see statues of all of them up here. But this eagle is actually the mother of all of the other gods that we're gonna meet.
Tankiva forushazu. Jisahil vaketansu.
We spent all this time making her feel better, and now she's sick again. So if you couldn't guess, he's the bad guy. So like she's saying, like she's explaining, this God Slayer is going around corrupting all of the gods of this land, cursing them, you know, bringing them under his control so that he can become the only god. He's sort of, you know, got them trapped in this curse, and he's leeching their power to ascend to godhood himself. So we are going to go purify all of her children, and then go and see what we can do about the God Slayer. She, unfortunately, not feeling too good, but in her wake, she left behind Pickles. His name isn't canonically Pickles. To me, he is Pickles. I know another runner named him Fabrizio. And he's going to be our companion for the rest of the game. So right now he's kind of on fire. Don't mind that. He is a little bit cursed. We gotta make sure that he feels okay. I'll give him good tummy rubs. Alright, and now that Pickles is with me, we have all of the tools that we're gonna need to complete this run. Pickles, we will actually learn a little bit about what he can do for me. I'm gonna toggle this mask a couple times to get rid of the prompt. If the prompt stays around, it can actually kind of mess up a later section. So I need to use it so that the game knows that I understand what it does. And this is the first thing that Pickles is going to teach me. He's going to show me that he can help me with puzzles. If I whistle, Pickles will go and pick up these weights, and then he'll follow me. And if I whistle again, he'll let go. So we can use that to solve some sort of basic, you know, puzzles with switches and similar. You'll see these two diamonds over the door. That indicates how many steps the puzzle has. So in this case, we're going to need to put 2 weights on the floor in order for that door to open. It's usually pretty intuitive, you know, what you need to do for a puzzle, but those diamonds are always just kind of there to remind you what you gotta do. Pickles can get a little bit confused. I'm sure you can understand that any AI companion is gonna get a little wonky from time to time. So here's hoping that he's a good boy. Alright, so if I try to get Pickles to pick this up, he gets very, very upset. This statue looks like the God Slayer, and he's terrified of it. Can you blame him? He was literally just on fire from the God Slayer, so it's pretty understandable. He doesn't want anything to do with that. For as long as these statues are lit up, he will not assist me. So I need to turn the statue off as priority number 1 before Pickles will help me solve any more puzzles. Thankfully, because this is a tutorial, this one is very easy. You're not supposed to be able to grab that through there, but we can, because we be speedrunners. This is actually a map of the world. We are going to go and see all of it, because this is all bosses. And now Pickles is going to teach me something else that he can do. And hopefully it works this time, because I got rid of the mask prompt. So Pickles is a pretty strong burb. He can carry me almost anywhere that I want to go. He's gonna get one more ability later, but aside from that, that's basically Pickles for you. Alright, so we'll make our way out of the temple. make our way off of this tutorial island and begin the game proper. So you can see up there to the right is that tower on the snowy mountain that's kind of broken off into the sky. That's our end goal. That's how you get up to this terrifying lava island in the sky. In order to get there, we first need to purify some of the other gods, because there's a big tower that we need to climb in order to get that high. And that tower is currently blocked off in the same way that that room was blocked off by a statue of the Godslayer, and so my eagle wouldn't help me. That tower is blocked off by the corrupted sigils of the other gods. So we need to purify the other gods, essentially turn that big tower off, and then we can go higher. And, you know, this is all bosses anyway, so can't just leave our animal friends behind. Pickles has now gained the ability to flap, because he is a big, strong boy. If I touch down on the ground, my first flap will regenerate immediately. Later on, we'll get more flaps. Only the first one comes back instantly, but you'll occasionally see me tap the ground just to get that back, so we can get some additional movement. And we will make it as far as possible before we're gonna have a cutscene up here. You can see towers just like the ones that we just purified. Same principle as before, solve puzzles, get sigils, turn off the tower. Should be right about here. So here is our first animal friend who's not feeling so great. His name is Cernos, and he lives, like all of the corrupted gods that we are going to encounter, in this big red cloud. The cloud... the cloud. The cloud is random. At least as far as we know. We can't quite figure it out. As runners, we're not entirely sure yet how this works. But the cloud is bad news. So let's see how lucky we get, how obnoxious Cernos decides to be about following us around in that cloud. Pickles? Thanks, buddy. Thought you got lost. So why do we not want to encounter the cloud, right? Which, honestly, you can't even see the cloud right now, but we don't want to encounter the cloud because Cernos is inside of it, which is heckin' spooky. Because if he finds us, we'll have to start a very long stealth section. There's the cloud over there. It's actually disturbingly close and coming right for me, so let's get to the top, please, quickly. Good. And now you can see the cloud has dissipated. If I get trapped inside that cloud, I'm gonna have to start a stealth sequence. As I'm sure you can imagine, any stealth sequence in any game is probably gonna be kinda slow. So we don't want to do that. Hello, buddy. Thank you for once again being right where I need to go. So we definitely want to avoid the cloud at all costs because this is a real-time run. That means either we're losing time to doing the stealth section or we're losing time to resetting, make the cloud go away. If I were to get trapped in the cloud, Cernos, or whichever god we're helping at the time, would blow my eagle away from me and catch him on fire again. And so I'd need to wade through this like burning landscape to go find him. Thankfully, Cernos is behaving himself. This is our first encounter with a torch puzzle. I can shoot my arrows through torches and light them on fire to light other torches. If I light all of the required torches, I solve the puzzle. I love torch puzzles. They are near and dear to my heart. Unfortunately, we just routed one of my favorite ones out. I heard that hit a tree. Don't think I didn't. Alright, Cernos is being really good. I don't want to jinx it, but... He's minding his business all the way over there, and I am not going to complain about that. He can be quite a troll. These blue orbs, by the way, which I am painstakingly trying not to interact with, are just lore. They're very nice lore, but if you listen to the people who are dead on the ground, you'll learn that basically nobody else is here. Something horrible happened. There was some sort of great war, and everybody died. And you can learn a lot from those people, from talking to their spirits about what happened. Ah, I see the cloud. Hi, buddy. As long as we turn these towers before he gets to us, he can't catch us on a tower, which is good. Like, putting the sigil in the tower dispels the cloud, which is great. This has been insanely lucky, by the way. There's usually been at least one cloud encounter so far. Oh, here it is. He moved directly into the path of where I need to be. If I can stay in the air, I might be able to convince him not to get angry. Just mind your own business, okay, buddy? He's being real good, but I am gonna have to touch the ground. Just don't, okay? Alright, let's go. Go, go, go. If I can get far enough away from him quick enough, hopefully he'll lose interest. You may have also noticed that I was shooting the targets a little bit differently. You can do full charge shots on targets like this, or you can shoot halfway. The halfway shots are called trick shots or skill shots. They are much harder to do, but when you're flying, they tend to be a little bit faster than fully charging a shot. So you might see me do those from time to time. We just did an entire Cernos with no cloud encounters. I've literally never had that happen. So these lights, you know, are starting the process of purifying Cernos. They have revealed his weak points, which are those eyeballs. And now we need to go and confront him ourselves and finish the purification process. Could I not go sideways, please? Boy, the momentum can be really, really weird sometimes. Alright, so step number 1. Cernos is like, oh heck no. So he's running away. I have to catch him, I have to hit him in those weak spots to knock him down, and then I can prompt him into a more head-to-head fight. And these guys are gods, remember? So they're not gonna make this easy. Because of that momentum thing at the beginning, we're a smidge behind with being able to hit Ceranos' eyeballs. We usually take the first hit when we're passing through that that little gorge. It's alright though. So once I hit half of his weak points, he'll automatically get faster. That's expected. And he's gonna get real angry. He's gonna make the second half of the chase even harder than the first. Fireballs. Because why not? Of the gods that we're gonna fight, Ceranos is definitely the easiest in his chase. These fireballs are not really that much of a problem. And it is worth noting, you know, I don't actually have a health bar in this game. It's basically impossible to die, but what happens is your stamina bar takes the hit. So we don't want to get hit because that will drain stamina and cause me to, you know, slow down. And this is a speed run. That's kind of the opposite of what we want to do. Alright. All weak points are hit. We'll knock him down. Go, Pickles! Yeah, this game is actually available on PS4, PS5, and PC, I believe. It's super fun. Even just like casually, it's really rewarding to play. The controls feel good. Hey buddy, can you do your thing, please? Oh no, dude! He canceled himself out of his own animation. What a troll. That's fine. We just don't get a shot on one of the eyes as early as we could have. What a goober. Stop being so angry, buddy. That was what I was trying to do the first time, and he got too grumpy. Oh, we got the extra shot. That makes up for not making the first one. That was very, very good. Alright, I'm actually gonna go as close to him as possible. I want him to attack me, which is kind of unusual. Because that is the fastest animation he can do in this section. Otherwise he'll be casting fireballs and all sorts of stuff. He chose to go left, which is a little weird. See, I don't mind if he hits me. It's fine. I don't need the stamina for anything else right now. Poor Ceranos knocked himself out. We didn't even have to do it. So we have completed the purification for Ceranos. We can get him back to the way that he wants to be, the way he's always been, as a tall one. Welcome back, buddy. So Ceranos is giving me... He's reaching into the spirit realm to give me this mystical arrow. And I'm gonna use that to fix his land. It's currently, you know, cloudy and rainy and nothing's really growing. And I'm going to dispel the clouds and make everything good again. So we've saved our second animal friend, if you count Bird Mom from the beginning. And we've turned off one of the eyeballs on that big tower that we need to ascend. Until we turn off all of them, Pickles is not going to be willing to go anywhere near that. So Ceranos is off. He's gonna go do his own thing. If you follow him, you can actually get like a lot more interesting story stuff, and there is a category for that, but we do not need to follow him for all bosses, unfortunately. So we'll let him, you know, just go chill in the woods. My stamina bar is longer now. That's the reward that we got for beating him. And anytime that I beat a boss, I am going to get an additional flap, which is going to become immediately useful because you can't get anywhere without the extra flap that you get from every boss. Only the first flap instantly recharges when I touch the ground. The second one takes a little bit of time. We are going to need to be careful with that. And now that Ceranos feels better, we're gonna head over to the next god who needs our help. Boy, you know, if I could just like stop running into trees, that would be amazing. Alright, I'm gonna get as close to this puzzle as I can before we get the cutscene. So here's our boy Sauro, one of my personal favorites. Obviously he looks a lot different than Ceranos. Sneak through here real quick with that mask. And so, you know, as we go, the puzzles are gonna become more and more complicated. I had to use my mask to shoot through one of those, I don't even know what you would call them, spirit walls, to light a torch that lowered a grate so that Pickles could come and pick this up. Failure. The number of diamonds on one of those shooting puzzles is the number of hoops that you have to shoot through. In that case, it was 2. Wait for it. Sauro will almost assuredly move from over there to over to my left, just because he wants to be a troll. Oh, hi, buddy! I'm so surprised you're here! How nice to see you. Oh god. So we're gonna quit out. That's gonna make the cloud move, instead of having to do the stealth section. That was a bad shot. There we go. For this puzzle, we just have to light this big torch in front of the sigil. Thankfully, Saro has decided to kind of chill over there instead of right here, which is where we're heading. So he's not being too bad so far. Can the cloud move to be on top of you, or will it always be clear? So it can move pretty dang close. It will never teleport like directly on top of you, but it can definitely teleport in such a way that you have to stop movement like immediately and reset, or else you're gonna get caught. And we're still not really sure what determines where the cloud moves. Right, Azama? I know Azama's here now. Okay, I am well high enough. It's fine. The yellow, I don't know, I call them goobers. The yellow crystals that you see, by the way, are used to level up your flaps. If you're just playing casually, you can collect these crystals sort of all across the map, and you'll get more flaps besides the ones that you get from bosses. Also, we're gonna totally cheat that puzzle, not how you're supposed to solve it. But we don't need any more flaps than what we're already gonna be given. Oh, hi, Bunny! Oh, I'm so surprised you're right here. Hello! I could have gone over to the left. Like, there's a way up to the left as well, but... Saro, my man, you're getting a little bit up in my business, okay? Alright, well, at least he left me alone that time. That's fine. So you will notice that starting now, these towers now require 2 sigils instead of 1. Game's getting a little bit harder. Alright, he's not by the tree. Don't, okay? Just stay there. Go read a book or something, buddy. So that was a trick shot. I was talking about those earlier. There's no way I'm gonna make this. I don't know. Ooh! Alright, I will accept it. I did not actually think I was going to make it. Saro, are you really gonna stay out of my business? Are you gonna be a good guy? I'm not gonna complain. I shouldn't even say anything. I'm gonna ruin it. Yeah, there's 2 separate ways to solve that tree. One is more ideal than the other. I got the more ideal version just by the skin of my teeth. She stepped up onto that branch, thankfully. So we didn't have to ride the whirlwind that was down below. It's not like that much of a time difference. Probably, what, like 5 seconds or something? I'm not actually sure. Don't quote me on that. I see that you're coming. I see the cloud. Let me just get this. Right at the end, he had to come in metal. That's alright. If he could have just waited a smidge longer, we could have made it up to the top of the tower and it would have dispelled the cloud. But it's cool. We were about due for a cloud encounter anyway. So we have 4 sigils and 2 towers left, so we do have everything that we need. It's just gonna be a matter of hoping that Sauro doesn't step in the way. Alright, there's our goal. Sauro, are you gonna just pop up over here? I don't trust you, my man. Where even are you? Oh, over there. Okay, just chill, okay? And then the principle will be the same for Sauro as it was for Cernos. You know, we're gonna need to chase him. And then we'll get into a fight with him. His fight is gonna be very different. All of the gods are definitely different from each other as far as not only their fights, but their chases. Keeps things spicy. Alright, no problems here, thank goodness. You say world record pace, Azama, but I still have to solve the castle in Kumo's area. Let's not count our chickens before they hatch. I don't know why the castle is so hard, but... We've got castles, we've got stealth sections. Oh, there's so much that could go wrong. But there's so much that could go right. Now, did you think that you would start your day? Or some of you, I suppose, end your day, because you might be in a different time zone. With a giant flaming giraffe, like, be honest. Be honest. Did you realize this is what you needed today? Because it's what everybody needs. Alright, thank goodness that went pretty decently. Now, Sauro only has 4 weak points, 4 eyeballs, instead of Ceranos' 6. So that does make the chase a smidge faster. So we've taken out half of them. Sauro will get faster for a little bit. I could have a thank you. It was kind of running low on talismans to shoot. These fireballs are the bane of my existence. I was just gonna say. There's the initial shockwave, and then there's also like the actual fireball. It's very hard to stay out of range of everything. So we're losing stamina to that, and we're going, oh geez, backwards a little bit, so not ideal, but you know, we're pretty close to Sauro. It's okay. I think his head went a little wonky for a second. Did you see that? You feeling okay, buddy? Alright, cool. Maybe a little slower than we'd like, but it's alright. Just by a couple seconds. Alright, very decent on that first phase. I can definitely be happy with that. But he's like, oh help! Oh, it's not going well. He's calling the Godslayer for help. So unlike Cernos, this boss is primarily a stealth puzzle. Stealth and timing, I suppose. I always try, and it never works. Gotta stay true to yourself, you know? Alright, so we're turning these off. We have to turn them off not only because Sauro is uber powerful right now, but because my bird helps me to purify the gods. And with these, you know, statues, my bird can't help me at all. So we need to turn them off. Oh boy! Oosh! Always so close and spooky. But we made it. So now my bird can fly again. Pickles is feeling fine. And we'll finish up this final phase of the fight. Alright, let's get Sauro back to the way that he's supposed to be. Sauro's my favorite. Oh, I love him so much. Hi, buddy! And so just like Cernos, he's gonna reach into the spirit world and give us that mystical arrow to cleanse his land. Someone put a donut in the lizard. Well, that just makes it better. Alright, one more, and we can climb that tower. So as usual, we get some benefit from beating the boss, and we get an extra flap. The benefit that we get from Sauro is these orange talismans. They let us go uber fast, so we are going to be routing in as many of those as possible. I do know, however, that I take a little bit of a different route than Azama does to this whirlwind. And it does have less, I do believe, less orange talismans. I knew that was gonna happen. Tree! What a goober. Alright, so once we get to the top, obviously we're going to be introduced to our newest animal friend. This is also a pretty chill time in the run. Don't forget that there is a GoFundMe to support real life animals as part of this marathon, so if that interests you. I didn't even check my flaps before I started to do this. Thank goodness I had all three. So I'm going to avoid touching the ground just so that I can wait a little bit longer to trigger the cutscene that shows Nimue, our next god. So this is the first introduction that we have to this particular type of puzzle, which requires us to put the correct god on display. For this particular puzzle, it's very simple because the solution is literally printed on the floor. But later on, some of those puzzles have solutions where you have to kind of travel and remember. So that one was just a very easy introduction. Easy enough. Now, we'll see how good she wants to be, because a lot of times she will just appear right in front of my face over here, and then she will not leave. So, yep. It's gonna be one of those days, is it? I understand. I understand. You do you. Okay, now just mind your own business for a second. Okay, can I just like solve this puzzle? Sometimes she gets grumpy, sometimes she doesn't. Nope. Okay. Okay. Stop it. Locking onto the wrong thing. Alright, easy enough. She's absolutely in the way, and we're gonna have to reset again unless she is supremely generous and vanishes in the next 5 seconds. But that's pretty expected. That's not super uncommon for her to be, like, standing right here. Alright, cool. Made it to the top. Easy. No big deal. Couple more puzzles. We're already making good progress. From here on out, all of the towers will continue to require 2 sigils instead of 1. But we're already halfway there. I want to definitely try to make sure that I do this right. This could save a lot of time if I can just... space it out right. Looking good. This way we don't have to ride the cord up. Where's my castle? I've lost my castle. There it is. It's always the last place I check. I don't know why I get to turn around right there. Yeah, Azama, I could have gone for the, you know, save here. To just glide, but... I shan't. Well, you know, I guess I'm gonna land on the ground anyway, so... It didn't actually matter because I needed to stand here and wait for this talisman to respawn anyway. Though it ended up being, like, literally the same. But... Alright, so I'm gonna reset here in order to stop the bird from being on fire. He saw those, you know, those statues. And as with any time that we encounter Godslayer statues, you know, what on earth was that? He catches on fire, so while I would love to pet him and make him feel better, that does take time, so instead we're just gonna exit to the main menu and then he won't be on fire anymore, conveniently. Could I just get down here? I tried to shoot that sigil like 5 times for no particular reason. Okay. One more puzzle. Now, where is she? Right on top of where I need to be. Of course. Hi. Nice to see ya. Have you considered maybe not being there? You have like this whole map. You could be anywhere. Doesn't anywhere else sound nicer than right here? Alright, I'm gonna try to just outpace her a little bit. Come on, Pickles. Pickles, let's go, let's go, let's go. Pickles, buddy, Pickles, pick up the thing. I'm terrified, okay? Is she actually, like, leaving me alone, though? So Pickles, by the way, is moving this mirror so that I can make sideways shots with my bow that glance off of that mirror. I cannot believe she's leaving me alone. Like, I'm not gonna complain about it. Especially because now I need to go directly into her face. Ooh, she left. What luck. Absolutely killed my momentum there, but that's okay. That's better than having to reset there. Seriously, are you telling me that you're coming after me right now and not when I was 2 inches from your face? Come on, no. I'm running away from you. You are not making me reset right now. I'm not looking. I'm not looking. Oh god. If I don't look, it's not real, right? Heck! Leave me alone. Gal! Okay, okay, just go, go, go. Go, go, go. If I can get to the top of the tower. Okay. Okay, we're safe. No reset required. So that was spooky. I do believe that Nimoy only has 4 weak spots as well. So hopefully we can just wrap up this chase pretty quickly. He's not really looking at the talismans that I would like to shoot, but it's alright. We're still getting a fairly decent number of them, so. Out on the leg. Her fireballs are not bad at all. Like, I'm not even really concerned. She's just about as easy as Cernos as far as the chase is concerned. In the second half, at least. Her terrain is perhaps a little bit harder, but... Oh, I missed. Still a good chase, though. Got her before the river, so that was good. So, premise of this fight. She's a Hydra. She's spooky. If I get hit, we go back to the beginning of the phase. Don't get hit. Bye, Pickles. Don't worry, Pickles is okay, kind of. He's in a ball. He's alright, don't worry about it. Whoa! That was not the attack that I was expecting. It kind of ended up being a little bit okay. I don't know why, for some reason, I wasn't expecting that, but that's okay. I'll take 2 sweeps, that's definitely fine. Oh, a chase? Really? This is how we're gonna play this? A chase in the first phase? Hey, could you stop with that fireball nonsense, alright? There. And obviously you can see she's grown some heads back, so that was entirely on me. There. Alright, next phase. We're good. Here's another chase. This one I expected. The one in the first phase I didn't expect. Boy, I just couldn't run. That's fine, though. Sweep is fine. I would prefer sweeps in those fast... Even though I keep getting hit by them, I would very much prefer those fast fire shots. Those. Because the cooldown is shorter. Alright, let's finish this fight. Definitely could have gone better. Definitely could have gone worse. What's important is that we're saving our little animal friend. That's what matters. Alright, Pickles is over here. Don't worry, buddy, I gotcha. Ready? Caw-caw. Hi there, Snacky Snack. You know the drill. We get a spirit arrow, we cleanse her land, help it to come back to normal. And then we get some sort of boon from her plus an extra flap. And now that was the final god that was blocking off that tower that goes up into that ice place. You can see it over there between the 2 eagle statues. And so now we're free to head up there, closer and closer toward that tower on the mountain that leads to the Sky Island. So, the boon that she gives lets our flaps regen faster, which is actually very, very nice. The other thing to know is that once we get to this, you know, tower that we've been trying to unlock for the entire duration of the game, we're not actually going to go up it. Bummer, right? We are going to go out of bounds. And by out of bounds, I don't necessarily mean out of bounds. I just kind of mean behind an invisible wall. Because at the top of this tower, it's kind of unfortunate, because at the top of this tower is actually a really cool cutscene where the Godslayer shows up. And he's like, hey, whoa, I don't appreciate what you're doing here. You're taking my gods and you're fixing them. Stop that. And we learn, and you will have learned this a little bit too if you speak to any of the spirits that you see just like on the ground. You will have learned that the majority of the people who are dead on the ground are dead because they were helping the Godslayer to acquire, well, they were helping him to solve a puzzle, basically. They were helping him to go down this trial that granted him a fancy sword called the Sun Sword. And we fight him at the top of this tower, and we learn very quickly that Sun Sword is kind of OP, and there's absolutely nothing we can do about it. So our piddly little arrows don't do anything. We are not at all equipped to fight the Godslayer, and he absolutely kicks our butts. It's a really cool cutscene, but it takes a long time. So instead, I am going to just walk around the cutscene trigger so that we don't have to watch that. That's right, you can't lose if you don't fight at all. So instead, I'm gonna go over here. You can see it's not necessarily entirely out of bounds because there are like talismans over here. It's not like I'm in a place that I'm absolutely not supposed to be. But if I try to flap right now, there's an invisible wall to my left and it'll push me outside of it. It'll push me like to the left and I won't be able to get back in. So I need to be careful to just climb like this until we're past that little hiccup. If you're doing any percent, you do this for about 15-ish minutes of the run. And that's how you skip all the bosses. You just climb a mountain for a while. Okay. Should be safe to flap now. And with our faster regenning flaps, we can make it up here fairly quickly. So over to the left, that's the arena where we would have had that fight with the Godslayer. But now we are past it. It's a really cool fight though. If I could talk, it's a really cool fight. I wish that we did it, but just takes too much time. So we needed still to unlock that tower, not only to fight all the bosses, but because we needed the whirlwind, but we don't actually need to go up the tower itself. And this will be the final area, the final god. Currently not snowing heavily. I'm sure he'll change that just because he's gonna be a booger about it. These blue talismans, by the way, are new to this area. They're essentially a free flap. You shoot them, and you go up real high. So the Eagle Mother herself acknowledges that Kumo is by far the strongest of her children, and she is not joking. Thank you, Azama. For those who, you know, have not been following the Pathless, I did, before this run, try to initiate Nimue Skip. We're not entirely sure how it works, though. That entire phase, during the previous fight where I got hit a ton, we could have skipped that entire thing. But we don't know exactly what causes that to happen. And so I tried to trigger it. It didn't work. It's fine, but it genuinely saves like a minute or something. Minute and a half. So it's nice to know that I'm close to world record pace even without that. But I'm not here for world records. I'm here for the mammonals. Alright, Kumo, if he's being a goober, is gonna pop over to my right. Here he comes. I'm sure of it. There he is. Alright. I'm gonna get out of his hair before he gets angry. Don't. Hey. Hey. Buddy. Stop it. Get some help. Don't. Just leave me alone. Alright, like I said before, if I'm not looking, it's not happening, right? We're fine. No problem. He's coming, but hopefully we can solve this puzzle first. There's no way. There's no way we can solve it. We can get one. Kumo's a big gromp, so I kind of can't blame him for being angry. It's fine. Reset my thing, though. So we have to pull it even further. That's alright. Alright, get some free flaps in there. It's snowing, but thankfully it's not too hard to locate where to go. There are definitely weather changes that make it very difficult to see the world. In just a second, I will show you the other good use for the mask. Whether you're a speedrunner or not, and you get lost in a snowstorm and you can't really see, you can turn the mask on and it really helps to clear things up. Probably forgot we had the mask, right? Because we never use it. So another torch puzzle, no biggie. This next one we can get when it first goes forward. That was very close, but it's intended to be gotten on the way back there, like that. Just kind of some swag if you can get it on the first try instead of the second. Cool. Now, my greatest nemesis, I must do the castle. I want to do that puzzle down there that you could see on that bridge. I love that puzzle, but gotta do the castle. Castle is hard. Castle is spooky. Kumo, are you really gonna be right on my face right now? Maybe not. I thought he was a lot closer than he was. So this entire castle, as you may notice, is surrounded by fog. That means that it's an area where Pickles can't help me. I'm trying not to touch down so that maybe Kumo doesn't notice I'm here. So I need to solve these puzzles without the assistance of Pickles. And it's a lot of momentum-based stuff that can be kind of hard to control. So it's definitely spooky. Pickles is gonna drop me here in a second. Yeah. But as you can see, he's not willing to help anymore. Alright, so we gotta turn these off. That one was easy enough. The next one, this is where we start getting into the momentum stuff with those talismans. Is Kumo coming? Buddy. Buddy. I hope that that doesn't reset my progress. I've never had him catch me in there. Alright, well, that's still turned off, so... Can't complain about it, I suppose. Alright, good. Another one. That turned off, didn't it? Yes. Okay. No! Oh. You goober. Okay, I'm gonna try to get back in here like this. And it didn't work. Alright, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. This puzzle is really, really hard. We're going up here. And then I'm taking this and going back in here. Now I do need to wait for this to respawn. Come on. Thank you. Alright. Don't- oh, thank God. I was so close to, like, colliding with the wall and then not making it in there. Oh, that puzzle is so spooky. Okay. Like I said, so much momentum. If you just carry the momentum a little bit wrong, you're gonna end up just a smidge, you know, closer to where you don't want to be. It's alright, though. We're through. Heh, I meant to go through the window. Don't mind me. Alright, that place is over. One of the single hardest things is done, so I'm feeling pretty good. Buddy. I say buddy as if it's not me shooting the arrows. When the arrows are bad, it's the character's fault. It's not me. When the shots are really good, it's entirely me. Alright, so we were just unfreezing these circles so that we could step through them. Step through them. Shoot them. I ain't gonna fit through no circles. Alright. Cool. Kumo is nowhere to be seen. I've probably just completely ruined it now by saying that, but... Boy, these trick shots are just not working out for me. It's fine. I mean, we're still moving forward. It's just a tiny little boost in speed. No biggie. Alright, one more sigil. I do this a little bit differently than Azama, who is in chat and the current world record holder. I know that Azama does a different puzzle. But I don't know. For right now, I feel particularly good about the puzzle that I do, so... And I'm pretty sure that Ben still does this puzzle as well. So you can see the other tower over there. That's where we're going to be heading. This puzzle's on the way. And make no mistake, once we fight Kumo, this game is not over. We still have a lot to do. Alright, Pickles. We got a big old puzzle to solve. You ready, buddy? Lots of glancing shots. I'm actually gonna take this one while I'm at it. Alright. That's gonna glance 2 ways to unfreeze this, which is going to allow me to shoot this. And that was a really good puzzle. We were able to do that without having to move the mirror an additional time. Pickles. Buddy, you have one job, okay? I love you, man. Yeah, I really like that puzzle, so that's why I keep it, even though, you know. I didn't get my final flap, though, which is a little bit sad, but I'll grab it here. Usurp, we have summoned the animals. The speedrun is summoning all the good mammonals. I could have stopped at that tower, yes, to regain my flaps. But I'm just gonna keep making forward progress. The chase with Kumo is spooky. He has a huge number of eyeballs. So here's hoping that we have at least a fairly average chase. His fight is not quite so bad, if long. It's nothing like Nimue, which is the one that I most commonly mess up, so. Kumo really did not bother me that much. He can usually be like a lot more of a troll than that, as far as where his cloud is. So that was really nice. So as you can see, he has 8 weak points. That's quite a lot. Twice as many as half of the bosses, so. Oh, he be zooming. Way to go, buddy. His little feet pitter-pattering so fast. Just barely skirted through that fire because I wanted that talisman. The fire can definitely hurt me and it will knock me back just like any of the fireballs have. Kumo's fireballs, when he gets angry, are particularly troublesome. Not only because of the fireballs themselves, but because of the terrain. It makes it very hard to see if you're gonna get hit because it's so lumpy. I'll go for the left side, I guess. The good news is, once you're next to him, he's actually pretty slow, so you don't need to worry about maintaining talismans while you're shooting the eyes. Alright, so here's where we begin with all of the fireball nonsense. This is very, very challenging to avoid these things because it's hard to see where they're gonna land. They have a bigger blast radius than you might expect. He does them constantly. So we definitely want to get to him just as fast as possible and just have this be over with. That's decent enough. No hits by the meteors, I will definitely take that. I have no idea how I got hit by that, but that's fine. It doesn't actually make a difference as long as I still have the stamina that I need for this. The long fight with Kumo, but as long as we can just stay focused, we'll be fine. He's trying to be a big spooky boy, but he's not really that bad. Nimue is still my arch nemesis. Yo! Oh, when he leads with that move, I am very surprised I didn't get hit by that. There's no tell when he starts this phase with that move, so it's very easy to get hit and then miss the shot. I have no idea where that first shot went, but... Alright, easy enough. That was a good Kumo. No real mistakes. Now let's welcome back our bestest animal friend, who is feeling much better now. Hi, buddy. I don't know if the devs were just being like sneaky or what their plan was, but obviously his name is Kumo, which is Japanese for spider. He looks like a spider. He climbs on the walls. You know, his face looks like a spider. And then he comes out being a bear, which is Kuma in Japanese. And I wonder if they were just kind of trying to be a little tricksy. Also, sorry if my stream is tanking frames something fierce. Give it just a second, hopefully it'll sort itself out. Might need to be refreshed. So that's it. We have cleansed all of the Eagle Mother's children. We have saved these animals. And now all that's left is to finally get up to that island and confront the Godslayer. I'm sure among, you know, the 5 pixels that I am currently streaming, you can see that. It'll get better in a minute, I'm sure. So I get an additional flap. The bear gave me the ability to do like a mega flap. So I can use essentially all of my flaps and go real, real high. Is basically how that works. Are we gonna use that? No, not really. But it's cool. Thank you, Mr. Bear. Like, it's really nice if you beat the bear and then you're just playing casually and you want to keep solving puzzles. It's a really nice skill. For the speedrun, you know. Alright, we're on our way to this island. If we do, for whatever reason, need to refresh the stream because the bitrate is tanking, now would be a great time. Because it's just like, thank you. It's like, just a big long flight up to this island, so. You say that I'm saving 2 minutes as I enter into what is, I would believe, one of the hardest sections of the speedrun, so. Okay, so here we go. Pickles has been corrupted, my best boy. And I gotta sneak past him. I'm super hurt, so I can't walk really fast right now. And Pickles is gonna come and attack me. If I step into these shadows, I'm gonna do this big, long stumble animation, and it's gonna make it very hard to make it to the next location. So, we are going to just barely, hopefully, walk into these shadows without triggering that animation, and then keep going. This is really, really hard. It's deceptively hard. Alright, I got it. I tricked him. I tricked him! I was trying to do that. I was absolutely trying to do that. Beautiful. Hopefully I can make it here. I don't care if I stumble. Like for this one, I do not care if I stumble. It's fine. Get it? Awesome. Because the run up to this part is short, so it's fine, you know, if I stumble at that point, because I just need to make it to right here. So remember before when I said that the Godslayer in this cutscene that we didn't get to see had acquired the Sun Sword, which we had absolutely no chance of beating? We have managed to find our way into the spirit realm where these animal friendos have been pulling their spirit arrows from. And I've saved all of them, so they are ready to give me the Moonbow, the only weapon that can stand up to the Godslayer's Sun Sword. So here we go. Let's show this guy who's boss.
Kivator! Jajitan Maza Fok Kiva! Shuvatan Sahil!
So in the little bit of audio testing that I did before the stream, it was at this part, and the Godslayer gave me literally the best RNG that I could hope for. So I'm sure that what we are going to get is going to be absolute garbage, because we've wasted it all already. Alright, come on, buddy. Let's go. He just won't. I want him to attack me. There we go. He has the chance to attack after those downward slams, and I definitely want him to do it as often as possible. Hey, if you're not going to attack, stop spamming slams, buddy. So he's drawing on the power of these other gods. He's trying to ascend to godhood, and I am doing my very best to stop him. Hi, Pickles! Pickles has seen better days, it's true. Definitely do not want to get hit by Pickles, because Pickles can knock me out of the arena very quickly, and that is not good. Oh, I missed. Shoot him. Thank you. That shot didn't fully charge. That would have not been good. We're unlikely to see another attack from a downward slam. It'll probably be an upswing, like that. But that's cool. As long as he does it quickly, I don't care. Shoot, please. Thank you. Pickles, not gonna lie, you're kind of being a little bit of a jerk. Could you not? He always does this, but he's my buddy. It's alright to get hit by pickles like once. It's fine. It's just I'd rather not get hit any more than that. Alright, give me an upswing, buddy. Not pickles. Pickles. Mind your own business, okay, buddy? Oh, it's just a bunch of down slams? I'm so surprised. I was really close to getting hit there. We're good, though. We're good. So just like before, we activate these towers, we try to purify our animal friend. I'm trying to get there to purify Pickles, bring him back to the way that he was. Unfortunately, the Godslayer was able to ascend before I could do that. So I don't have the time to do my normal purification ritual, right? And get rid of this curse that's inside my eagle. So what I did instead was I took the curse into myself so that my eagle would be safe. This part is hard in terms of a speed run. Whoa, camera. Come on. Give it to me. There we go. I will accept that. It's all just red mist. It's very, very easy to get lost. Yeah, I mean, we gotta keep Best Boy Pickles safe. I'm calling for Pickles. I'm whistling for Pickles, trying to find him inside this haze of curse that I'm experiencing. And, you know, all of the other gods, they had towers and sigils that I could purify. I don't have those for myself, so I'm kinda not looking good being cursed myself. But if it saves Pickles, then it's all worth it. Alright, decent so far. Definitely decent. It's a huge time sink to get lost in this, so this has been pretty decent. Pickles? Hey, buddy. Pickles. Answer me, dude. Need to make sure I'm going exactly in the right direction. Pickles? Pickles. Pickles? Pickles, my man. Where are you? Pickles? Pickles, I'm losing you. Buddy. Thank you. Alright, so that'll be a little bit of a time loss. We weren't too far, though. We were still vaguely going in the right direction. Right? Like, I went in the right direction. He wasn't there. But it's fine. Alright, Pickles. You and me. Nice to see you, buddy. I'm still cursed. But, you know, Pickles is okay. It's fine. Y'all ready? Me and my animal friends together at last? Let's show this Godslayer who's boss. Solid fight. Like, we just need a solid fight. We don't need to do anything fancy. Caw. Let's go, folks. Do the best we can. Shoot! Shoot! Yep, okay, we got the extra shot as well. Fantastic. The second hand will always have that extra shot. We didn't have to wait for an additional cycle. One of three, let's go! That might come around and hit him again. Moon arrows are way OP compared to our normal arrows. Yep, so that one did just come back and hit. We might have 2 hits that cycle back. Come on, come on, come on. One more. We can do this. No mistakes. No mistakes. That arrow should come back around. That one's still hit. That one hit as well. It did. It came back around. Coming in clutch. Come on, let's go. No mistakes. Come on, this is simple. We can do this. This will be world record. Pickles, you and me, buddy. Get it? Time. 1:54:34. Oh. World record. I told you I was gonna save the animals. So why did the Godslayer do all of this? As he says, with no clear path to salvation, people won't know what to choose. So the entire reason that the Godslayer was trying to become this only god and remove the rest of the gods was because he thought that it was too hard for people to find their own path to salvation because there were too many choices. So he was going to make one path that was very simple. But as we've just shown him, if you follow someone else's path to salvation, it's not yours anymore. You have to find your own way. As she said, the truth is a pathless land. And that's why it's called the Pathless. I'm still cursed. I'm still super cursed. There are actually different endings for this game, so if you get all of the sigils possible, you will actually get a different ending. But Pickles, as we have now learned, is the reincarnation of the godmother who gave birth to all these other gods. So, you know, this world is kind of messed up. Basically everybody died. But we've still got Pickles. Pickles can start the world over and heal what has been lost. Go Pickles. You're my bud. So we have saved the animals. We have saved every animal that we could in this run. We got world records somehow, even though there were still mistakes that cost some time, so this can definitely be improved. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Don't forget that it's not just about Pickles and all the animal friends that we saved in the game. We're also saving animal friends in real life as well. I do believe there is a GoFundMe that you can donate to if you feel so inspired to save the real life animals as well. Thanks everybody for hanging out. This was super duper fun. And, you know, thanks for having me.